is an ellipse? Ellipse is a set of points. Set of points whose sum of the distances from two fixed points is constant.
Horizontal ellipse. So what are the components of a horizontal ellipse? First in the line is the center. Center is the point in the middle of an ellipse at H and K. So H and K are the ordinates. Next is the vertex. Vertex is a unit from the center. So in a horizontal ellipse, we have two vertices. We also have two co-vertices. Co-vertex is the B unit from the center. Next is the focus. Focus is derived C units from the center. So we also have two foci here. And because this is a horizontal ellipse, the vertices and the foci were aligned horizontally. They are situated in the major axis. So major axis is where the center, vertices, and foci is situated. The minor axis, it is where the co-vertices and the center situated. So we should always remember that major axis is always bigger than the minor axis. So horizontal ellipse is in the form of x minus h quantity squared divided by a squared plus y minus k quantity squared divided by b squared is equals to 1. So how to determine if it is a horizontal ellipse? Example. From the given standard form, we can give an example using this one. X plus 1 quantity squared divided by 25 plus y minus 2 quantity squared divided by 16 is equals to 1. So, how to determine if it is a horizontal ellipse? So, the first step is we should determine the bigger denominator from the two terms. So, the bigger denominator is obviously 25. After finding out what is the bigger denominator, let's look at the numerator. And the variable of the numerator being used is x. And in short, if the bigger denominator has the variable of x in the numerator, then the ellipse is horizontal. Because there are two types of ellipse, it is horizontal and vertical. So that's why you should always remember or take note of the following.
As stated in the standard equation of the ellipse, we need to get the center using the value of h and k. We will use our example a while ago. X plus 1 quantity squared over 25 plus y minus 2 quantity squared over 16 is equals to 1. There are some ways for finding the center, but the most convenient way is to find the inverse value of the constant being used in the numerator. So the first ordinate positive 1 will become negative 1. The second ordinate negative 2 will become 2. The next step is to plot the center on the graph using the ordinates negative 1 and 2. And this is how to plot.
Vertices. As stated a while ago, vertex is a unit from the center. Given the same equation, we need to find the a, but before that, let's identify what is the value of a squared, which is the bigger denominator. And the bigger denominator will be 25. Let's solve for the a. a squared equals to 25. Square root of a squared equals to square root of 25. Then the answer will be a equals 5 units from the center.
Now plot the vertices. So there will be 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first vertex is negative 6, 2. Another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second vertex will be 4, 2.
Co-vertices. Co-vertex is b units from the center. If a squared is the bigger denominator, then b squared is the smaller denominator. And the smaller denominator will be 16. So, what will be the b? B squared is equal to 16. Square root of b squared is equal to square root of 16. Therefore, b is equal to 4 units from the center. So, 4 units vertically from the center. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. The first co-vertex will be at negative 1, 6. Another 1, 2, 3, 4. The second vertex will be at negative 1, negative 2.
Foci. Focus is the c units from the center. We should take note that c squared is a difference of a squared, which is 25, and b squared, which is 16. What will be the c? A squared minus b squared equals to c squared. 25 minus 16 equals to c squared, then 9 equals to c squared. So, c squared equals 9, square root of c squared equals to square root of 9, then the final answer will be c equals to 3 units.
We will now plot the points horizontally 3 units from the center. Let's count 1, 2, 3. So the focus will be at negative 4, 2. Another 1, 2, 3. The second focus will be at 2, 2.
After plotting, we will now make an ellipse.